Should I start? Should I start?
Not yet, not yet. I will make you.
Will you give me sign? Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. It's my great pleasure today. I joined the IIU platform. So firstly, I would like to introduce what is the IIU. International Internship University is the world's first internship-based virtual university, building a better and brighter future for all young learners, and is committed to provide quality, accessible, affordable, skill-based, and location-independent education to learners across the world. IIU is providing access to more than 1,000 courses and internships to their e-learners across the globe with the team of high caliber and experienced global educators. IIU has been accredited and affiliated with the World Education Organization, WEO, an international accreditation organization, and collaborated with all the world's top universities and educational institutions through the platform of massive open online courses, MOOC. IIU provides various certificates and diploma courses. There is always that one person who has the vision, the thought, the idea behind a successful venture and organization. And if we talk about the man behind the success of IIU, is none other than our beloved co-founder of IIU, Mr. Piyush Pandit. He concentrated the world's first virtual internship university during a pandemic, the International Internship University, the IIU. After the introduction of IIU, I would like to introduce firstly myself. I am Dr. Dipti Trivedi. Again, good evening, good afternoon to all of you. I am a lecturer in District Institute of Education and Training, Mehsana, Gujarat in India. I have done more than 300 training programs as an organizer, as a facilitator, as a resource person. I am directly connected as a teacher educator and teacher trainer with Anganwadi workers to primary, upper primary, and high school teachers, even with B.Ed students. And also, my work is as a teacher educator in pre-service and in-service field. As a researcher, I have presented many researches on the at the international platform. Also, as a mentor, I am mentoring the group of mentees for research. Today, I am thinking this is the great opportunity to talk about the stress management on the platform of IIU. As you know, recently we are working hard. Every day we are feeling stress in our everyday life. Recently, there are many types of stress, but we do something more. We became materialistic more. I think we need to keep our mind calm, and with positive attitude, we have to spend some time with nature also. Let's start my presentation, and then I would like to discuss more about stress, how to manage stress, with so many activities. If you have a time and if you want to do the activity with me, please take a small candle like this. Can you see the candle? And a matches or a lighter. So at the end of the training, we will do one activity, and between the activity, we will do chanting also. But before start my presentation, I would like to sing a small prayer because God always help us. So listen. Bind us together, Lord, bind us together, Lord, bind us together with love. Bind us to live. Bind us together, Lord, bind us together with force that cannot be broken. Bind us together, Lord, bind us together with love. There is only one God. There is only one kind. There is only one family. That's why we sing. So bind us together, Lord, bind us together, Lord, bind us together with love. If you find 2 minutes with God, if you do prayer for God, if you sit for a while with a God, then you can't feel any kind of stress. So let's start. What is stress? How to manage it? First activity I have done. So I would like to share my screen first. Hello. You can see today I would like to discuss about stress. What is stress? Every day we are facing so many kinds of stress and with various causes. So stress can be defined as any type of change that causes physical, emotional or psychological strain. Stress is your body's response to anything that requires attention or action. Everyone experiences stress to some degree. The way you respond to stress, however, makes a big difference to your overall well-being. So, friends, you have get the definition of stress. How we are facing psychological, physical, mental, emotional, so many kinds of stresses we are facing every day. And there are various reasons of stress. We call it stressors. That the stresses are external and internal. Here you can see the list of stresses. Dates. We are human beings, and if we lost our dear ones, the death of dear ones, we feel ourselves in grief. And if it takes a long time, then we are under the stress. The same way, injuries. We are working people. We got injured, but we have to not to concentrate much on it. We have to take care for it. Illnesses every day. In a situation, there are atmosphere changes. Recently, we faced the COVID-19 phase, the pandemic phase. So many kind of illnesses we are facing. This is external stressors. Relationship broke down. We love everybody, but sometimes it happens to break down with our friends, with our family members. being a victim of a crime. We are not, we don't want to be a victim of crime. But suppose by other persons, if we face the situation, at that time we have to control ourselves and we have to face the situations. Retirement, when we are going to retire, every day we are working a lot of at home, at office, in our society, and immediately when we retire from our office, at that times also we face stress. These are external, and the same time internal stresses also we are facing. Expectations. Nowadays, I earlier told you, we are living in materialistic world. So when we are going in the society, we see the other persons, and our expectations becomes high. Our demands are growing. Every day we want new things. Our children also demanding something from us. Sometimes we are we have misperceptions with our colleague, with our friends, with our family members, and sometimes we are facing assumptions. We are doing assumptions. Sometimes the talking, the communication with other party, we can't find the intentions and we assume, and that is also the internal stress, fear, and it we feel fear and it happens in anger. So all these are stressors, reasons of stress, and we have to try to control over it. Actually, there are two forms of stress. Recently, we are facing EU stress. In a modern days and after pandemic, we are continuously using social media. So, positive EU stress is positive. We are getting so many good vibes, motivations from other persons. We are doing something new. We are focusing our energy to do something more. We are trying to perceive to get some pop abilities which feels exciting and improves our performance each and every day. But if you do it, then it is okay. But sometimes what happens? You can't manage the time. You are overburdened, and that stress, this EU stress, is fell into distress. So there are mainly two forms of stress. EU stress is positive. How much you take it positive, it depends on you. And if you don't continue with it, then it becomes a distress, which is negative. How it becomes? The impact on our perceptions, our negative threat. Which is our negative threat? Every day I am doing something more. I am learning ICT. I am learning in my subject. But when I see other persons lecture or when I see meet other persons online, we are watching YouTube videos also, and we find that, oh, I'm not able to do these. This is negative threat. Mind yourself. You are the original one. Don't try to copy others. So, this is distress, and it gives us anxiety. It impacts on our emotions. We become anxious. We become try to do something more. And if we are not getting, we again felt distress. You stress gives, if you perceive positive, if your perception is positive, then positive challenges you are accepting. You are excitement, that is the emotions. But If you fail to control the excitement, then it happens in anxiety. The same way, impact on our productivity. What is that? If you stress, you are motivated and to do something more. You present something more. You internal motivations you are getting there. That are two types of motivation, internal and external. So when you feel internal motivation, you are doing something more. But someone, if your colleagues or other persons can't give you external motivations, and at that time you fail into procrastinations, you fail to do some things, and it is again the negative feeling. The same way it impacts on our performance. If we are motivated and we enhance our work, we encourage ourselves to do something new by creating something, by meeting people, by learning something. But if we fail, then the impact on our performance of distress is diminution. So we can see when we fail stress, which type of symptoms you can find. See, many times we don't know we are under the stress or not. So try to check yourself. Some physical symptoms when you are under the stress, like physical symptoms, your performance become poor. If you feel depression, if you feel frustration, then your performance, it impacts on your performance, it will be poor. Sometimes mentally we disgrace ourselves and it increased sickness. Cold and sweaty palms we felt sometimes when we are in a hurry, we can't complete our workload. At the time, we find something like cold and sweaty palms, headache, backache, jaw pain, heartburn, diarrhea. We are doing when we are feeling stress, we are feeling stress, we are biting our nails. We increase, let me discuss more behavior symptoms. The physical symptoms impact ourselves on our mind, and it shows by our behavior symptoms, which is if some people are using alcohol, they increased use alcohol. They feel difficulty in relationships. They reduce social context. They like to be lonely. Poor judgment. Time to time, we can't do our work and we can't take judgment. Also, in decisions, we are not able to take decision. Loss of appetite. Irritably, we are someone speaking with us, even in our family members, with our family members, we irritate with others, and tearfulness. We cry sometimes loudly. All these are symptoms of stress. When you are facing any kind of these symptoms, you have to find out which kind of stress you under you. If you are in eustress, then also try to control eustress. Otherwise, it becomes distress. And if you can't control your distress, then it becomes acute stress or hyper stress. It is due to overload, too much of work. We can't do the time management. Sometimes under some situations, it becomes we becomes more stressful. And if we can't control our hyper stress, then it becomes hypo stress. Stress due to underload, monotonous, or boring work. So we have to control our stress. We have to manage our stress. That is important. Yes, I would like to share one simple story of frog. You can see here the story I am reading. People in some countries cook and eat frogs. One chef took a frog and put it in boiling water, but it jumped out. So the next time he put the frog in a pan of cold water and very slowly increased the heat. What happened? What do you think happened? It goes used to the warmth and thought to itself, it's okay, I don't mind warm water. The water got slowly warmer and hotter, and the frog kept thinking, oh, I'm okay. I don't mind warmth. I'm comfortable. I'll stay here. It didn't notice how hot it was getting, and slowly it boiled to death. So, my dear friends, think about your stresses to control it. Otherwise, we can become like a frog and near to death. So always notice what you are doing every day, how to manage your time, and how to control, how to manage our conflicts at our works, in the family, in our surroundings. If you find a time, make a list of reasons why do you feel stress. Or you are online, you can make the reasons of your stress at your convenience. But recently, I am moving forward. See, again, I have discussed some characteristics of physical and mental stress, nail biting. Unknowingly, we are doing breaking hair, sometimes waiting more, repetition of talks. What we are doing when we meet people, we are talking one and one thing. We are not getting honor or appreciate other persons. We are sometimes slapping ourselves, or other persons become angry and overreacting. We feel loneliness, feeling tired, feeling health issues due to our mental stress, our emotional stress, and that diabetes, loss of sleep, and we do conflicts with other persons, feeling depression sometimes, feeling frustration, feeling depression, and if you can't control sometimes the people, if at this, when you're feeling too much depression or suppression or frustration, you have to consult a counselor or psychologist or a good friend or a family member. Otherwise, what happens sometimes, people loses their life, people lost their lives, they are doing suicide. It is the conflict of stress. It is the stress, due to stress, people facing these kind of overreactions. So we discussed what is stress, how many characteristics of stress, symptoms of stress, types of stress. But now we are discussing to manage stress. Let me, I am doing a simple activity. I am chanting. In our Indian mythology, we believe in chanting. And it gives a good pleasure when you do chant, when you something chanting with God, you are sitting with the God and do chanting, then it gives a pleasure. I will discuss more about me time and also how to manage our stress. But before that, I am chanting here. If you like at your own place, you can also do chanting. I am sharing the slides here. Hari Narayan Hari Om, Hari Narayan Hari Om, Hari Sunna Hari Ranga Mukunda, Hari Narayan Hari Om, Hari Narayan Hari Om, Hari Keshava Hari Govind, Hari Keshava Hari Govind, Hari Narayan Hari Om, Hari Narayan Hari Om. Aare kanare gokul ke pyare, Hari Narayan Hari Om, Hari Narayan Hari Om. This is the chanting in our Indian mythology. All religions show us the way to manage our conflicts, our stress, but we have to find time for God. We have to find 2 minutes or 5 minutes at least for our God to sit beside Him, and we get again an enthusiasm, again energy. So let's discuss about stress management. What is stress management? Stress management is the ability to maintain control when situations, people, and events make excessive demands. Everything are making the excessive demands. See the picture. In a day, many times we are facing, and especially as a lady, we are doing our household chores, we are carrying our children, we want to meet our society, we want to meet our friends, we want to participate in social gatherings also. And at a time also, if we are working woman or working man, that's we are facing many kinds of situational, conditional, and time management related stresses. So we have to think about how to control, how to manage it. Let's discuss more. There are many activities for self-reliance. How to manage? Firstly, we have to discuss about efficient planning. Why we are facing stress? Sometimes we are not planning properly. We are not managing our time. And that's why sometimes with overburden, we are facing stress. So effective planning is every day. At the end of the day, you have to note down in your calendar what are the activities are you going to do in the next day, and then after you have to just look out it. So if once you try to write down your timing schedule, you are making your schedule, you are planning your activity, half your work will done. So it's necessary to make efficient plan. Workload monitoring. We like to work. We like to work at home. We like to work in the office. Sometimes we are watching that in our society there is a gathering. We want to go there also. We want to see our friends. We want to recently we are using social media, and on many platforms you want to participate yourself, but you have to monitor your workload. How can you manage it? If you can't manage, then leave it. Otherwise, you becomes under the stress. Prioritization of project and tasks. In India, our Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi, before examination, every year he communicating with students and always sharing one point about prioritization of projects and tasks. Sometimes what happens? We think every day, oh, I have done so much work, I have done lots of work. And the boss asks us the need of work, and sometimes we hadn't done it. So, make a list of prioritization. Which work you have to do first and which work you have to do later. So when you make planning, you have to make it the priority list also. Effective communication. I like to talk about soft skills. Soft skills of effective communications, leadership, positive attitude. So this is my favorite topic. But recently, I would like to say that what is effective communication? In our Indian, we can say saint or a poet, Kabir, has sung a doha. मानिए सी कोई मन का पाको और को शीतल करे खुद भी शीतल होए मीरा खुद भी शीतल हो. He says that when you talk with the person, talk in a sweet manner, softly, kindly, and appreciate other persons. If your language is very important in communications. So be humble, use sweet language, proper language, and also truth. Don't be lied. If you use truth, you are always getting honor. So be truthful, but say no when you don't want to do something with request. You can deny. That is the right and effective communication. If you use it, then you can't under the stress. So manage your stress. Then personal distressors. There are so many personal distressors. We have talked earlier. We have to control it. We have to feel positive attitude and control our distressors. Work relief. In a weekend, you have to find relief from work. It depends on you. Sometimes you like to work more than do it. But at least in the weekend or a day, you have to get relief for at least 5 to 15 or half an hour for me time. That is work relief. Rationality. I told you earlier that say no. Whatever you can do, that much work you have to do. But don't get obligation. Don't oblige others, or don't you feel to do something more than overburden work. Feasibility, that is also the same kind. Rejoice and encourage. Try to Encourage yourself first. I am the best. I will do the best. Motivate yourself. Encourage yourself. And rejoice with your family members. Always share with your colleagues. Appreciate. Whenever you go with your colleague, appreciate them. Get a good team. Rejoice them. Encourage them also. Self-motivation, also the encouragement for others. That is important to manage the stress. Yes, I believe in me time. How can I do it? See, I have shared one thing that what is how I am managing my stress. I am also feeling stress, but for me, I have decided me time what I can do. I have I have shown you that I have made chanting. I like to do worship of God. I like dancing. I like singing. You can read, you can write, or be creative. In a writing, I would like to arrange flowers. I have a small garden, and every day I got so many flowers. So early in the morning, what when I wake up early, I immediately open the doors and I would like to stay for 2 minutes in the garden to get the fresh air. At the same time, I am feeding the birds and animals. Because when we feed birds, we find so many chirping sounds near about you, and it gives the peace of mind. So, do something for the society, for the creatures, for yourself, and get good me time. Serve the society. Whatever you do, you can serve the society. As I would like to say something like every day I am thinking about how can be I helpful to others. Every day I am thinking what I did learn today. I learned today. Learning is my earning. How I have given some positive vibes to myself. In India, it is very hot time. So I would like to offer a glass of sarbat to my maid every day, or a glass of cool water to give her a lunch or breakfast. We can do this. This is the thing. We can serve the society, we can serve the nation. When I step out from my house, little puppies surrounded me because every day I would like to feed it. Many Indians, it's a habit of our culture and it gives us pleasure. You can fresh from this outside when you meet the puppies, when you listen the birds, when you give a small roti to a cow, it gives us a pleasure and we become very enthusiastic. We are getting energy internally. Positive attitude. We have to follow the positive attitude. As Norman Vincent will say, the way of happiness. Keep your heart free from hate, your mind from worry. Live simply, expect little, and give much. Scatter sunshine, forget self, think of others. Try these for a week and you will be surprised. All these are positive attitudes. We can discuss a lot more on positive attitude, how you can develop your positive attitude. every day do the best decision for yourself. One simple decision I told that appreciate everybody. Find a time to laugh with your family. Find a time to talk with your family. These are the positive attitudes. When you talk with your children, when you are sharing a simple story with your children, it will give a pleasure. You can't imagine that pleasure when you talk with your children, when you talk with your students also, when you find the phone calls from your students, from your communities. And when you ask somebody, how are you? Are you okay? That is the positive attitude. Take part, share your feelings with others, learn with others, and that will give you happiness. Exercise and yoga. And I forget one important point is nutritious food. We have to take nutritious food. We have to do exercise, simple yoga. You can do wake up early every day early in the morning before your schedule. So you can't rush into hustle and puzzle. Take a walk for at least 5 to 10 minutes in your garden or in your surroundings or in the home. Sit silently on the ground or with the on in front of God. Whatever you like, laugh for 3 to 5 minutes every day. Laugh it. Do simple exercises. Sometimes I never ring the bell to ask my peon. Whenever it is necessary, I am going to my colleague's room. It's a very simple exercises. It gives me exercise. I am doing mostly my household chores. I like to do myself because it's a very simple exercises. How to manage your exercises? You are sitting. You can just do like this. You can clap. You can laugh. You can just sit on a chair and dance like this. A very simple half and moment exercises relieve your stress. So do simple exercises, do simple yoga. What is chanting? I told you meditation. You can do meditation and we can do tratak also. Listen, now I would like to share one more activity. If you have a candle, you can do it. Otherwise, you can take a paper. I would like to show you. You can take a paper, make a big square, and under it, draw a big circle like this. Fill the circle and you can meditate. How to concentrate, how to develop our attentions, how to concentrate on a thing. And now I am showing you one small activity with the use of candle. Can you see? I have lightened the candle. What you have to do? Every day, just find 5 minutes for this startup. You have to light it. You have to take a big candle. Concentrate your eyes on it. Without, you have to stare at the light and feel that you are the blessed soul. You are the best person. You are the gifted of God. Do a monologue. Do a monologue. You are the best version of God. Continuously stare on the flame. Try to do something. Try to, whatever, how much time you can concentrate, or you have to stare the light only. When you are thinking like this, positive monologue, sometimes you feel happy and it shows your facial gestures. And you can laugh, 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 loudly laugh. Ha 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 ha. I am happy. I am happy. I am enthusiastic. God has given so much. God has given so much. I have a good family. I have good children. Good society surround us. And if you feel sometimes depressed and you want to be cry, cry. Try to cry and be empty. Be silent for a while and enjoy the God's mercy. I hope you have enjoyed this activity and how to manage your stress. You can control your stress. You can manage your stress by yourself. And if you find that the condition is over, then immediately consult a good friend or your family members or even a doctor, a psychiatrist. So it can help he or she can help you to come out from the situation. But don't leave the life. Don't be suicide. Don't go under depression. Try to solve yourself because you are the best doctor of yourself. I have given here some statements. If you like, I am reading. You can put 1.4. If you think the statement is false, then put 1 point. If you find sometimes it's true, then put 2 points. And if you find totally true, then put 3. I'm reading the sentences. And let's see your score. I get agitated at small things. If someone criticizes my work, I consider it my personal criticism. I am not affected by any criticism or praise of my work. If someone asks about my work, I believe that they criticize me. I finish all my leaves to avoid going to work. I don't like it when someone asks me for help. I never ask anyone's help. I don't know how to lighten the load. I have lunch at my place of work. I do not like to hear the praise of my co-worker. I always feel that I am not feeling well. I can't get along with my friends because of the job. I like sports, movies, but don't have time. Time is my biggest enemy. I believe that my fellow employees have become employees by luck, not by chance or not by skill. I have described 15 sentences. Count your score. If you are getting the scores between 16 to 24, you are facing normal stress. If you are getting scores of 25, and if you are getting the higher scores of 35 to 45, you are under hypo stress. Consult the doctor immediately. Take immediate actions. Whatever I learned, I understood. I would like to stop my sharing the screen. Yes. So that's all about the stress and how to manage the stress. I hope all you have enjoyed my session and learned something new. Please share your whatever your ideas or whatever your likings, dislikings, comment it. Thank you, all my scholars, all my friends. Bye bye.